My slide. I am a presentation. Say I am a lay person. Technical or I will not go too much on AI technical. I usually say as a student, as a scholar, startup business startup audience target presentation. AI have a say leverage top sige, kanan sige. Talk niko, I mean like that. So I'm the founder and director of Solvex Technology. I cannot say I have almost 20 years of experience now in IT. I some say VIT engineering college 2002 the MTech lawyer bani. Then 3 years go ITPL worked out in Bangalore. Then I journey so I heard by that. I stories you have it. There's some these again. I companies na insurance company but I worked over the work. So I have to sign a bond between 6 months bond. Malaysia the top over the work. I say the issue like I only son or parents in retired over mapansanan into I thought. Schooling, college, everything from a mapana tamapani. I said little flower school at Tamaki Pagi batch me, other than mapana quick tam rabane. But still homesick for a panina. I say Yumda Lucky 2006. 2006 February da I Lakumatanda Sagi born signed up in a Naksaki Vanikon. But very fortunately, Atumataka covered home de Hatari, Manipuri, Yang Ivanina covers the home day. Tari Makagi powder, 7:30 ki pause na. I in a season nariba Java, I madan Java worked on Meko. Atulka Manaba, Microsoft ki .NET, Pagi Tabaka me Hatari, Anan Hotel da interview lao. It was on Friday, Sunday lao. Written test of a Hadana. Right or Pamiba, I see campus. See campus. I am attachment Meko. The next campus, the software technology power of India. She's a career for Kibani. She brought the book when a manga. So this is 2005 ki December in Sangapore 2006 ki February joined Taugi. Then I finally cancelled my previous job, Bangalore like Thado 2006 again father career is how given I am Microsoft ki .NET and I can work out of me. So that is how my career started as an IT software programmer. Then I graduated. Then recently I did my data science and AI from IIT Roorkee. I say then we worked on IoT sensors. I wanted to elaborate on the IoT. So the doctor home second scientist my train certified. So companies, software technology park of India, the company extreme way. It was the only good one of the well-known company. I thought I was company and we used to work on most of the government projects. In 2012, say, was unstable or I said, wow, I thought so many things we started facing problems in the company. And Aduki Batam said, I say, US the entrepreneurship you can say, fill the whatever. Why I should work for someone else? Why not I build my own asset and Aduki mindset how I thought. And I use the US as and I said, Imanabam like Boston. And Adumatam passports, which the assembly road is a it was we have to go all the way to Guwahati. Biometrics, love the Haitare. Other biometrics, love what's up from the time to the Yamama, Canada, Hoki, Mase, Canada, fiber, Mommy Yamsal, Palmer, and me, Sinjamati, Mase, Guwahati, the thing over. So he told me, why go travel all the way to US? So this is Matam Kranan. Telecom fiber is part of IT implementation. When a physical layer to implement the work out. The work out is a salary then it was a subcontract work. I chief technical officer or STP I had to come down to ground. Lifestyle or working styles I ꯑꯗꯣ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯋꯥꯛ ꯇꯧꯗꯣꯏꯁꯦ ꯐꯥꯏꯕꯔꯁꯤꯡꯁꯦ JCP ꯄꯨꯕ ꯀꯣ ꯑꯗꯩ HTT ꯒꯥꯏꯅ ꯃꯦꯁꯤꯟ ꯑꯆꯧꯕ ꯂꯩꯀꯣ ꯑꯗꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯂꯣꯏ ꯇ꯭ꯔꯦꯟ ꯇꯧꯔꯦ ꯗꯦꯟ ꯑꯥꯏ ꯌꯨꯁ ꯇꯨ ꯋꯥꯛ ꯏꯟ ꯅꯥꯒꯥꯂꯦꯟ ꯀꯣ ꯑꯗꯒꯤ ꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯇꯨꯄꯨꯜ ꯂꯥꯏꯟꯒꯁꯦ ꯑꯩ ꯂꯣꯏ ꯋꯥꯛ ꯇꯧꯔꯝꯃꯤ ꯃꯦꯅꯤ ꯄ꯭ꯂꯦꯁꯦꯁ ꯀꯣ ꯑꯗꯒꯤ ꯗꯤꯁꯇ꯭ꯔꯤꯛ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯏꯝꯐꯥꯜ ꯏꯁꯇ ꯏꯝꯐꯥꯜ ꯋꯦꯁꯇ ꯂꯩꯕ BDO ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯁꯨ ꯂꯣꯏ ꯀꯅꯦꯛꯁꯟ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯀꯅꯦꯛꯇꯤꯚꯤꯇꯤ ꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯄꯤꯔꯝꯕꯅꯤꯀꯣ it's not part of SWAN but it was part of railway telecommunication like Railtel Vodafone Airtel ꯁꯤ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯁꯨ ꯋꯥꯛ ꯇꯧꯔꯛꯄ ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯒꯤ ꯁꯨꯝ ꯍꯧꯔꯛꯄ ꯍꯥꯏꯇꯥꯔꯦ so during those time I felt that ꯄꯩꯁꯥꯕꯨꯗꯤ ꯈꯔ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯂꯥꯛꯑꯦꯀꯣ sub contract ꯑꯣꯏꯕꯅꯤꯅ but I felt this is not ꯑꯩꯒꯤ ꯉꯁꯥꯏꯒꯤ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯕ 21st century ꯁꯦ ꯀꯔꯤꯅꯣ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ it is a knowledge era because ꯄꯩꯁꯥꯗꯤ ꯊꯣꯛꯄ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯗꯤ ꯂꯥꯛꯇꯕ ꯉꯁꯥꯏꯒꯤ ꯑꯩꯒꯤ ꯅꯣꯂꯦꯖꯁꯦ ꯄꯥꯛ ꯁꯤꯖꯤꯟꯅꯗꯕ it's all labor workꯅꯦꯕ it's a labor management workꯅꯦꯕ ꯑꯩ ꯇꯧꯔꯤꯕ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯁꯦ ꯑꯗꯣ ꯏꯁꯥꯅ satisfied ꯑꯣꯏꯗꯦꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯊꯕꯛ ꯑꯃ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ job satisfaction ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯑꯃꯂꯩ salary satisfaction ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯑꯃ ꯂꯩꯀꯣ so all those unconsciously ꯑꯩꯁꯦ ꯏꯁꯥꯁꯤꯗꯅꯦ ꯏꯊꯟꯇ monologue dialogue ꯇꯧꯋꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯇꯥꯔꯦ so I used to maintain a lot of journal write-ups ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯑꯩꯁꯦ ꯂꯥꯏꯔꯤꯛ ꯄꯥꯕ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯇꯟꯗꯦꯕ ꯂꯥꯏꯔꯤꯛ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯄꯥꯏꯌꯦꯕ still I labor work levelda thabak tawminadarasu ai magazine subscribe tawi yaiko magazine subscribe tawi IT se adum update ta leire ada hoina ngasi hainariba AI machine learning artificial intelligence robotics have said it's a very new field it's a 21st century and a research paper on IBM gi like jawani ko but it was boom in 2014 si mamang da yang kana IT ki portion kana ki AI ki portion like you so aina sagi keno se work tawba matamda aina realize tawba hawreba I should go back to IT industry yeah ko adala iba emerging technologies sing se koi hana iramba .NET or Java se obsolete wara adala koina la iba blockchain technology ko the IoT the AI guys se adu matam tholoba hawreba yeah ko adala I wanted to start on my own sagi summa emerging technology the work tawba ya baina so this is how I started. I 2017 officially worked over how many. Another point, Manipur company, I'm a setup tomatam. I am you have to have connections with the government. All those big powers in the connection that say project pangaga, I am a run down. So that was the perception. I know business or I had to give business model is one palm right. Because if you do business with the B2G, all your innovation, your creativity is demanding, and finally what you become a contractor. You have all access with such people. Business models in the so I wanted something marketing I give knowledge so this is how I started. From the maybe brothers and sisters in case if startup nangi core values you have to go why are you here why actually you are doing these things and I capability I potential I talent like that you should go and work for someone else not employee if you don't have time to do on your self analysis of the target it's better to go why spend your time so all those thought process worked government type later I have no connection with the government except for the incorporation for MCA incorporation even bank scheme telecom the 4 lakhs na kanu phangge ba tama adu paisa sa ina chathopa yayo lotion duri yayo but paisa sina ne invest taw tong somewhere paisa lakho yako that was the thought process I had adu ai computer nipan thak laraga ai software ki ga se ai hawaki bane aduga software sabagi project su phangdi ko adu mind of angang sing se koi ki aina knowledge in part of that's how I started yako adu ai passion di as a software developer, AI, IoT, but project the best way is to teach someone. Yeah, God, that's how I started. 22 students who give mouth to mouth. Finally, I say, not aggregate tawraga short term courses mein am horakeba. So that's how my money revenue started coming. Then I start my home company gone. I start solo people company. Those struggle phases mein am thinga tan da sagi actual entrepreneurship ki my line my journey se feel the whatever. And it is a very aloof thought. See, journey say, "Nimo the su na mana usin the su yan tina na to na tau su yati." Because entrepreneurship mo oy hai you have to be very focused. As I get habits and change the form the car whatever. So I became very unique. As a like power up to date or I have to change my habits. I get daily rituals. I get out man said, well, change someone like So. Mayam na kano gani SolveX has mami is a karino the giga is na kami je kaino ka thola whatever. And computer science I was saying is a sibling with mathematics. Mio bana computer science se thom draba Charles Babbage se horaga is 1940s 50s the first generation the German scientist man dal puthori man se apoi statistics kind have a subject man se lai roi yeah go the AI is issue the base daroga de adana SolveX have a it is actually inspired by Machimana Webiki, brothers and sisters, computer chapalege, uncle subjects chapalege, linear algebra chapalege, statistics chapalege, and I SolveX on unit. Aduga, Masi incorporate again MCA the application, Thamat the Infosys ki company, SolveX Kabulare. It is in Mysore, when PPO the work over Malim, and a SolveX registered the way Yadim. Adonai the way Giga, I words in Happy. I was working on big data. I don't know, like big data, say knowledge layer ever got big data, Hadoop kind of AI worked over. Yeah, so this is how I named this company SolveX Giga. I don't know. I give passion cause. Just let me give you my passion. Helping business and people leverage technology to grow smarter and faster. I say I am Pasoida agriculture college Malay, I guess some Pun Bahansing or Mamo, President Dr. Shekhar and UK the 39 years later, but you Pun give I say. Moina Pun Badagi, AI, machine learning knowledge, more than part Toraga, is another like BSc agriculture, Tamiba, even BSc students in sec, and knowledge people, however. And the project to implement the one update because the psychic devices are pretty expensive. Hyperspectral camera is some tang yoga. Psychic agriculture, the Manipur city almost 70%, 75% agriculture depends on the state. Psychic AI technology, IoT, the seasonal drone, plants, disease study, soil, fertility study, prototype and work on. So we have applied, that's how we started. Actual teaching AI implementations and ambassador agriculture college. And again, last data annotation, I said. And AI AI combined together AI has it's all based on statistics model data like Mamangi speaker in the system Hybrid Manico, Sir Romesna, other data I will say, WhatsApp, the Tariba, Facebook, the Tariba, you're making somebody very rich. Yeah, come. Other Sigi data annotations, I see industry Mahanga, they never. The Hoina Tariba data sets in the UK, the US, the Magi data set, the Hoina download Taraga AI applications, Hale. And I zig Jen Satalaga, TV Navagi. AI application ang sagi kami tanda ko Manipur context that kaamong like you. Kanito, aduna data annotation have a say computer science that's about non-computer science. Any English word anybody when tawag sa tobuya. So I'm going to start this data learning. Adun almost 7 to 8% of AI might be processed in the data annotations ki pass important or by that. Ko imite ron ngang ba ko. Adigi TV na ba simi adadi support pa western world that TV guys khang dre mo. What's the relay you? Yeah, go. I think it's a how has it, so how he was a Kanaka, it's a tower with another total because I like I soil and labor microbes in God. I can never. Yeah, go. So I need local data, and the data labeling the what data annotation the industry said. I visit this 2-3 months I implement over already, and I'm targeting people who are from the non-computer science background. ꯌꯥꯏꯀꯣ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯃꯦꯟ ꯑꯩꯒꯤ ꯀꯣꯁꯁꯦ ꯑꯁꯦꯡꯕꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯁꯦ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯄꯦꯇ꯭ꯔꯣꯇꯤꯖꯝ ꯑꯣꯏꯀꯣ ꯃꯄꯥꯟꯗ ꯂꯩꯔꯀꯥꯁꯨ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯁꯦ ꯆꯥꯎꯈꯠꯇꯕ ꯂꯝꯗꯒꯤ ꯂꯥꯛꯄ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯏꯟꯗꯁꯇ꯭ꯔꯤ ꯂꯩꯇꯕ ꯂꯝꯗꯒꯤ ꯂꯥꯛꯄ ꯁꯣ ꯑꯣꯜ ꯗꯣꯁ ꯑꯗꯨꯝꯕ ꯑꯩꯒꯤ ꯐ꯭ꯔꯦꯟꯁꯤꯡꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯛꯈꯤꯕꯁꯤꯡꯗꯣ ꯅꯨꯡꯉꯥꯏꯇꯕ ꯐꯤꯜ ꯇꯧꯕꯗꯣ ꯅꯠꯇꯕ ꯁꯣ ꯋꯥꯟ ꯗꯦ ꯑꯥꯏ ꯋꯤꯜ ꯒꯣ ꯕꯦꯛ ꯍꯣꯝ ꯑꯩ ꯏꯟꯗꯁꯇ꯭ꯔꯤ ꯑꯃ ꯂꯤꯡꯈꯠꯀꯦ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯁꯦ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯑꯟꯑꯦꯝꯄ꯭ꯂꯣꯏꯃꯦꯟ ꯁꯣꯜꯕ ꯇꯧꯒꯦ ꯑꯗꯩ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯏꯀꯣꯅꯣꯃꯤꯛꯁꯦ ꯆꯥꯎꯈꯠꯍꯟꯒꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯒꯤ ꯋꯥꯈꯜꯂꯣꯟꯁꯦ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯂꯥꯛꯈꯤꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯁꯨꯛ ꯀꯨꯏꯅ 2002ꯗ ꯑꯦꯝꯇꯦꯛ ꯂꯣꯏꯔꯀꯥꯟꯗ ꯑꯩ ꯅꯣꯡꯃꯗ ꯒꯣꯔꯃꯦꯟ ꯖꯣꯕ ꯑꯦꯄ꯭ꯂꯥꯏ ꯇꯧꯔꯨꯗꯦꯕ ꯑꯥꯏ ꯋꯥꯁ ꯂꯔꯅꯤꯡ MBA ꯂꯣꯏꯔꯛꯀꯦ ꯀꯣ ꯑꯗꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯇꯧꯔꯒ ꯑꯩꯒꯤ ꯑꯦꯛꯁꯄꯤꯔꯤꯌꯦꯟꯁꯁꯤꯗ ꯑꯩꯒꯤ ꯁꯕꯀꯣꯟꯁꯤꯌꯁ ꯃꯥꯏꯟꯁꯤꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯁꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯇꯨ ꯕꯤ ꯑ ꯕꯤꯖꯤꯅꯦꯁꯃꯦꯟ ꯑꯦꯟꯇꯔꯄ꯭ꯔꯦꯅꯔ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯁꯥꯎꯠ ꯏꯁ ꯑꯦꯁꯤꯌꯥꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯃꯥꯔꯀꯦꯠꯁꯦ ꯄꯨꯕ ꯉꯝꯕ ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔꯁꯤꯅ ꯍꯕ ꯑꯃ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯒ ꯑꯆꯧꯕ IT ꯍꯕ ꯑꯃ ꯃꯤꯇꯩ ꯃꯆꯥꯁꯤꯡꯁꯦ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯁꯥꯏꯟꯁ ꯑꯦꯟ ꯃꯦꯊꯁ ꯂꯧꯕꯅꯤꯅ ꯀꯝꯄꯦꯌꯔꯤꯡ ꯋꯤꯠ ꯑꯗꯔ ꯁ꯭ꯇꯦꯠꯁ ꯀꯣ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ HRꯁꯤꯁꯨ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯂꯤꯡꯉꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯋꯥꯈꯜꯂꯣꯟꯗ ꯑꯩꯁꯨ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯂꯩ ꯍꯥꯏꯇꯥꯔꯦ and asigi data annotation will be launching very soon. Data annotation asigi data labeling tawani ado exiki koi manipur da only Chinese company mo di changa el kata na mo work tawa horobani. So but we have to be very careful because sigi pot ai kona lakte why data is so important in AI. So I'm a lifelong learner, practice prisoner, keeps grounded, inspired both life and I know a city presentation is two perspectives never. One is from the engineering perspective. So the engineering AI has a YouTube the PPT AI because I have seen students coming for projects and somewhere the foundation out the basic out because I have been teaching from 2018 data science I teach tawai ko aduga sigi fields na careers na mga truth yi ko akoi hana sagi laiba mi se AI katana te AI engineer katana te sida data analysis yai data scientist yai adigi PhD scholar ma ai hana Manipur University ki taami ko SPSS na IBM na pire adu hisi Python na work to ko me any scholar ma lakiu geography ne hoigera any subject ama sigi point seasonary tools in the scenario ama data analysis to be yeah ko ade data sin train tau tani we call it machine learning sina stats ki model scenario ka debo ade machine engineers on thoro ka debo ade deep learning and neural networks in train tau ma tunda mo hoi AI or ka debo ade me se point of ai curriculum sin 4 to 5 profession hang ba yeah ko adu ka stats cyber ai sai do statistics cyber computer science is akolo matunda computer science statistics akolo ide adu magi hana original language am lai R and I am idami ko Python popular or the Python no I am the Python libraries R the last services aduna koina coding like adu haiba koi ko ngawi anu it's just a command ko sai gi koina ChatGPT the command e do yeah ko NLP dana just ai ko wari sana na ba aduna koi mobile applications have nate web applications have nate it's just a command nanga interface na computer ko wari sana no command ko na Python ni one yeah ko Python da juni tara mani na ai tara mani yeah ko Python da ko gi reptile do nate ko lagi Google da thawal pa ko na moi gi weekend da ne chala ga moi di matam mangan de koi mi koi sai di chala ko matam mangan le da moi di office da weekend se moi project ko mum tawe man matam magi free code sum kano saja ba ta sin pass mai mum ai really ko re ko is still working in Google admana comedy sin mam sum yeng ba dem Monty Python na kagi Charlie Chaplin ni matam ni black and white da my character na yo mang sin mai yeng mang mo inspired or whatever Python is nothing to do with reptile yeah ko Monty Python is Python never say ko Thokchom hai the samane is a surname yani ko magi character mana maming the tholaga programming language season da givni now is it yam tina Python is yam kayani ko ki platform any platform to depend on the yam versatile oi ko yam tina nuai ba ta da magi any noi programmer mo oi ta so ko even our student ma ai je joti niwas college this hatan kin sani ko like clinical psychology mo bo Python ta me mo hai re yam lai hai ta re aduna is a programming ka hai ta yam fok ngaw dong na table it's very easy just computer da aina command am ibalo Python da iwan ne that's how Python we can only go aduna aina ni se engineering perspective ka AI machine learning to ge hai tardi there is a koi pipeline am lai to ti pipeline to do me And data collection, data wrangling, for feature engineering, modeling, evaluation, she means the data projects happen. I don't know. Labor subject say it is almost 50% mathematics the money highly am live application means Microsoft Google AI or Gemini or something context but manungi architecture engineering to the work work together, we need to know class 11 that given linear algebra. Linear algebra numpy Python. Then statistics probability arrays, vectors. There's any of them line as when 11 we focus on this. I know the working have covered then I will come back to the startup commercial and the larger giver. AI have the wrong impression you have to be sound in mathematics. The mathematics, lot of the time live mathematics data database the Excel CSV file video files so many other files so the unstructured data video pictures data may support panda real panda panda data analysis any PhD scholars course data wrangling, data pre-processing, any subject panda analysis in depth just to cover my topic data say data 1, 2, 3 computer or statistics this computer is only 0, 1 but 0, 1 stats so we have to translate into stats ki number convert high level YouTube but AI stats -1 to 1 0 to 1 then scale all those has to be converted. This is what we call data pre-processing. See the dimensionality extraction guys going to come that question table many columns like any columns are extract of the column feature extraction AI models so like say for example Amazon data set we call list of the port port say recommended system data set trained or some Excel data level static data same Nike level to pass mana to like mana palm reports no one recommend to data trained or recommend the systems is similar with this is how we train the data. See machine learning and deep learning social media machine Facebook any other social media algorithms likes, dislikes, psychological study study very vast. Other than the social media is one way is also not good. Marketing is sales and marketing is very good, but it's hardly personal. It's not somebody is actually watching you. Me did not machine things maybe 10 years, 20 years ago, China China every USD technology is whenever thing indigenous technology is hard. But India ki policies is like we are all dependent on the US. US Google, Amazon, Microsoft, IBM มวยสินเสนอเลยบอกคนรู้ตัวเลยเนี่ยนั่นขนาดนั้นให้ไปชาวไปก็เสียมวยสินเสนอไปชาวไปด้วยกันเนี่ยเท่าเลยว่าเปโตรเลยช่วยเลย is now become a data economy ให้สิ data economy มันป่าก็ล่าเอาไปเลยว่าสิอันนั้นคุย data สินเสียใส่ที่ injection มีกันตรงนี้อันนั้น data สิแต่ไอ้เนี่ยคนเลยบอกคนนี้ก็ช่วยเลยก่อนนั่นเนี่ยใส่ที่ YouTube ตัวเองดูน้องมันจะ recommend ตัวเองนะ so อันทุกที่มันก็เป็นสิ่งที่ปากกันนี้ก่อน then so I'll not go these are all models I got regression models stats happening and then machine learning I say another name for machine learning is statistics happening because MSc ta ba statistics to kitang ni kenani model khang ni but similarly that are training to work classical stats they kitang ni deviate to machine learning stats na kenera kani kena by ni mami matha di mana ba ko but features have a variable have a kenera kani then finally I got actually one neural network I said neural network is a koi neural brain se this have a keno level AI have a keno se koi neural is na koi BNN however brain neural network keno ya ko koi neuron synapse fire ta raga koi information se ningjang ni ne nang hawalo ko batam da nang sa du ningjang da ta di na ngai kaw de ne ba sa se neuron se fire ta ni ne ba sigi replica da have technology ne AI is ANN however artificial neural network keno eko adugi sigi paper mayam se 1952 53 sa hawar ka bani but moi sing do kaya ni technology hardware se chakot ta ring ne moi paper ju lai ta but only I had that 2012 2014 the industry is boom ta ring because of the cloud technology hardware se chakot ka semiconductor chakot ka to the process of ngam ko ya eko and then every koi na lai sing se koi digitalization tor ko this ya eko this digitalization is art khangra khangi ko or digitalization habanga digitization habanga ani difference like ni ko digitalization and everything aina tawliba office ki workman se loina ba kano electronics ta lakpa do digitalization ko and data si ma phom am da lai ra ni na kana no ma server da koi server farming da ni gudi harau de ne you can do all this technology building and I guess we am borrowed about this just for the engineering perspective. See, tap more, and I should tap on it. Next slide, go. So, I think engineering perspective, kiti like pipeline of tam just general structure I think yes, AI, deep learning, we am changan that model man so I can't get a conductor bureau. Other being a businessman, not an engineer. Sila kay gawin ako is integrated approach ko or engineer partner sa ay hajit may tandare ko and the business partner you have to leverage the power of AI to solve business problem fast and when a business sa wise business sa wada how ge hay ta ni you have to solve problems yan ta bra adu ka chahi ahum mamang da lai ra business model do not obsolete for because of this technologies I buy kuna I say my family the lane maybe the accounts they can man by debit credit credit but secondly the same business models है माना 20-30 years the माना build up the business empire do is it angang sa 2021 अपना सिकी technology machine learning mas billionaire होने क्या है chances because the technology has become very tina too baheta ya ko Amazon the lari the EO ko nang lari to no concrete no anga no millionaire no oil ni hay lekin video ma content ma phasaba kano na taw conflict lai na taw ko nan sa ko matan dum zi covid nun ma zi billionaire ma tholai na Africa de ke khang da ma tholo pa ne ba se yai ko aduna sai gi akoi na AI tamu AI khang da dong ni ha ba se sai gi business ma taw ko matan da ko ai je samgak ba hai ne tholo ne ade ai je software programmer ne tholo ka ne ba but business study ya de sai samgak ba hai ba ek sa ba hai ba programmer dun atugi skill that is just one skill katane yeah ko but being a businessman or an entrepreneur you need to know certain components aina khanjam the component direct lai en khanjai hata ko HR marketing sales yeah ko management R&D people management si me an se ko cycle ki spoke tara sa mane any spoke tara ma tat ma ko cycle ko ya de same thing businesses ano AI se kali aina pandu kana ma hanga so is AI khango hai is kali ha bada sai is 21st century kali si ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯁꯤꯅꯅꯦ ꯂꯦꯕꯔꯦꯖ ꯇꯧꯔꯛꯀꯗꯣꯏꯅꯤ ꯂꯦꯕꯔꯦꯖꯁꯤꯗ ꯅꯪꯉꯣꯟꯗ ꯅꯞꯊ ꯀꯩ ꯍꯥꯏꯅꯤ ꯄꯥꯋꯔ ꯄꯤꯔꯛꯀꯗꯣꯏꯅꯤ ꯀꯣ ꯌꯥꯡꯍꯜꯂꯛꯀꯗꯣꯏꯅꯦꯕ ꯑꯗ AI ꯇꯝꯃꯨ ꯆꯠꯂꯣ ꯉꯁꯥꯏꯒꯤ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯄꯥꯏꯞꯂꯥꯏꯟ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯗꯣ ꯇꯝꯃꯨ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯅꯠꯇꯦꯕ ꯌꯥꯏꯀꯣ ꯁꯣ ꯗꯤꯁ ꯁꯦꯀꯦꯟ ꯄꯔꯁꯄꯦꯛꯇꯤቭ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯇꯥꯛꯅꯤꯡꯉꯤꯁꯦ ꯉꯁꯥꯏꯒꯤ ꯕꯤꯖꯤꯅꯦꯁ ꯇꯧꯒꯦ ꯍꯥꯏ ꯇꯥꯔꯗꯤ ꯏꯐ ꯌꯨ ꯋꯥꯟ ꯇꯨ ꯕꯤ ꯚꯦꯔꯤ ꯁ꯭ꯃꯥꯔꯠ ꯀꯣ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ ꯃꯇꯝꯁꯤꯒ ꯆꯥꯟꯅꯕ ꯇꯧꯒꯦ ꯍꯥꯏ ꯇꯥꯔꯗꯤ ꯌꯨ ꯍꯦꯞ ꯇꯨ ꯑꯦꯛꯁꯄ꯭ꯂꯣꯔ ꯗꯤꯁ ꯇꯦꯛꯅꯣꯂꯣꯖꯤꯁ ꯌꯥꯅꯤꯀꯣ ꯑꯗ ꯉꯁꯥꯏꯒꯤ ꯅꯪꯒꯤ ꯃꯥꯔꯀꯦꯇꯤꯡ ꯁꯦꯜꯁ ꯍꯥꯏꯁꯦ ꯌꯥꯎꯗ ꯇꯥꯔꯗꯤ ꯑꯦꯅꯤ ꯕꯤꯖꯤꯅꯦꯁꯇ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯌꯥꯔꯣꯏꯕ ꯃꯥꯗꯤ ꯑꯦꯔꯣꯄ꯭ꯂꯦꯟ ꯑꯃꯒꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯇꯔꯕꯥꯏꯟ ꯏꯟꯖꯤꯟꯅꯦꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯃꯥꯔꯀꯦꯇꯤꯡ ꯁꯦꯜꯁꯁꯦ ꯍꯩꯇꯕ ꯃꯤꯗꯣ ꯕꯤꯖꯤꯅꯦꯁꯇꯣ ꯁꯨꯡꯌꯥ ꯌꯥꯔꯣꯏ ꯌꯥꯏꯀꯣ ꯑꯗꯣ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ ꯈꯕꯔꯗ ꯍꯥꯞꯄꯨ ꯅꯪ ꯄꯩꯁा ꯇꯞ ꯇꯞ ꯂꯧꯒꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯛꯀꯅꯤ ꯔꯦꯗꯤꯑꯣꯗ ꯍꯥꯞꯄꯨ ꯄꯩꯁा ꯂꯧꯒꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯛꯀꯅꯤ INCBꯗ ꯍꯥꯞꯄꯨ ꯑꯍꯟ ꯈꯔꯅ ꯈꯔ ꯌꯦꯡꯉ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯇꯣꯛꯀꯅꯤ ꯅꯪ ꯑꯣꯗꯤꯌꯟꯁꯇꯣ ꯐꯥꯕ ꯉꯝꯃꯣꯏꯕ ꯕꯠ ꯏꯐ ꯌꯨ ꯍꯦꯞ ꯁꯥꯎꯟ ꯏꯟ ꯗꯤꯖꯤꯇꯦꯜ ꯃꯥꯔꯀꯦꯇꯤꯡ ꯀꯣ ꯅꯪꯒꯤ ꯑꯣꯗꯤꯌꯟꯁ ꯅꯪ ꯐꯥꯕ ꯉꯝꯃꯛꯑꯦ ꯃꯥꯒꯤ ꯀꯩ ꯍꯥꯏꯅꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯃꯥꯔꯀꯦꯇꯤꯡꯒꯤ ꯖꯣꯒ꯭ꯔꯥꯐꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯒꯦꯔꯥ ꯑꯗꯒꯤ ꯖꯤꯑꯣ ꯁꯣ ꯃꯦꯅꯤ ꯄ꯭लेꯁꯇ ꯅꯪꯅ ꯇꯥꯔꯒꯦꯠ ꯇꯧꯅꯤꯡꯉꯤꯕ ꯑꯣꯗꯤꯌꯟꯁ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯗꯣ ꯂꯣꯏꯅ ꯅꯪꯒꯤ ꯀꯁꯇꯃꯔ ꯑꯕꯇꯥꯔꯗꯣ ꯅꯪ ꯎꯕ ꯉꯝꯃꯛꯀꯗꯣꯏꯅꯦꯕ ꯗꯤꯖꯤꯇꯦꯜ ꯃꯥꯔꯀꯦꯇꯤꯡꯁꯤ ꯅꯪ ꯍꯩꯔ ꯇꯥꯔꯗꯤ ꯌꯥꯏꯀꯣ ꯅꯪ ꯂꯤꯗ ꯖꯦꯅꯔꯦꯁꯟ ꯄꯨꯔꯛꯀꯅꯤ then you can convert sales conversion tꯧꯕ ꯍꯩꯔꯛꯑꯅꯤ ꯌꯥꯅꯤꯕ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯀꯩꯗꯧꯒꯦꯗ ꯏꯁꯥꯅ ꯃꯦꯅꯨꯋꯦꯂꯤ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯅꯠꯇꯕ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ ꯑꯩ ꯑꯦꯖꯦꯟꯇꯤꯛ AI ꯄꯨꯁꯜꯂꯛꯀꯗꯣꯏꯅꯤꯀꯣ ꯁꯤꯁꯤꯗ ꯑꯦꯖꯦꯟꯇꯤꯛ AI ꯑꯦꯖꯦꯟꯁꯤꯡ ꯄꯨꯁꯜꯂꯛꯀꯦꯕ ꯃꯣꯏꯁꯤꯡꯁꯤꯅ ꯋꯔꯛ ꯇꯧꯔꯦꯕ ꯅꯣꯏꯅ ꯈꯪꯗ ꯇꯥꯔꯁꯨ you can outsource to some company who can do this for you ꯅꯪꯒꯤ ꯉꯁꯥꯏ ꯃꯥꯔꯀꯦꯇꯤꯡ ꯁꯦꯜꯁꯀꯤ ꯃꯊꯥ ꯁꯥ ꯂꯩꯕꯗꯣ ꯃꯥꯔꯀꯦꯇꯤꯡ ꯁꯦꯜꯁ ꯀꯦꯁ ꯐ꯭ꯂꯣ ꯂꯩꯇ꯭ꯔꯗꯤ ꯕꯤꯖꯤꯅꯦꯁ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯍꯩꯔꯔꯣꯏ ꯕꯤꯖꯤꯅꯦꯁ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯍꯩꯇ꯭ꯔꯗꯤ ꯀꯩꯗꯧꯔꯅꯤ ꯅꯪ ꯀꯝꯄꯅꯤꯗ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯇꯨꯕ ꯇꯥꯕꯅꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯒꯣꯔꯃꯦꯟꯒꯤ ꯁ꯭ꯀꯤꯝ ꯉꯥꯏꯅ ꯎꯟꯅꯇꯤ ꯑꯃ ꯉꯥꯏꯅꯤ ꯒꯣꯔꯃꯦꯟ ꯕꯦꯡ ꯂꯣꯟ ꯃꯨꯗ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯊꯤꯔꯨꯅꯤ ꯗꯁ ꯍꯥꯎ ꯁ꯭ꯇ꯭ꯔꯒꯜ ꯌꯥꯅꯤꯡꯕ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯕꯠ ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯤ ꯂꯥꯜꯂꯦꯕ ꯌꯥꯏꯀꯣ ꯁꯣ ꯌꯨ ꯔꯥꯏꯠ ꯌꯣꯔ ꯑꯣꯟ ꯕꯤꯖꯤꯅꯦꯁ ꯔꯥꯏꯠ ꯑꯞꯁ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ AI ꯅꯠꯇ꯭ꯔꯒ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯕ ꯇꯦꯛꯅꯣꯂꯣꯖꯤꯁꯤꯡꯁꯦ ꯑꯩ ꯂꯦꯕꯔꯦꯖ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯍꯩꯒꯗꯧꯅꯤ ꯍꯣꯠꯅꯒꯗꯧꯅꯤ ꯃꯦꯟꯂꯤ ꯃꯥꯔꯀꯦꯇꯤꯡ ꯑꯦꯟ ꯁꯦꯜꯁ ꯑꯗꯣ AI ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯄꯣꯠꯁꯦ ꯃꯊꯟꯇ ꯂꯩꯕꯗꯤ ꯁꯨꯡꯌꯥ ꯌꯥꯗꯦꯕ ꯁꯤ ꯃꯊꯟꯇ ꯑꯦꯂꯦꯟꯅꯁꯨ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯝꯒꯅꯤ ꯃꯃꯥꯡ ꯁ꯭ꯄꯤꯀꯔꯗ ꯕꯤꯀꯣꯖ ꯋꯤ ꯑꯣꯜ ꯒꯨꯗ ꯐ꯭ꯔꯦꯟड्स AI ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯇꯦꯛꯅꯣꯂꯣꯖꯤꯁꯦ ꯃꯊꯟꯇ ꯁ꯭ꯇꯦꯟ ꯑꯣꯟ ꯂꯩꯕ ꯌꯥꯗꯦꯕ ꯑꯇꯣꯞꯄ ꯏꯟꯗꯁꯇ꯭ꯔꯤꯒ ꯆꯠꯃꯤꯟꯅꯒꯗꯧꯕ ꯇꯦꯛꯅꯣꯂꯣꯖꯤꯅꯦ ꯁꯤꯁꯦ ꯌꯥꯏꯀꯣ ꯑꯗ AI ꯁꯤ ꯄꯣꯄꯨꯂꯔ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯤꯁꯦ ꯑꯌꯥꯝꯕ ꯃꯥꯔꯀꯦꯇꯤꯡ ꯁꯦꯜꯁꯇ ꯄꯣꯄꯨꯂꯔ ꯑꯣꯏꯕꯅꯤ ꯕꯠ ꯋꯤ ꯀꯦꯟ ꯂꯦꯕꯔꯦꯖ ꯏꯟ ꯍꯦꯜꯊ ꯀꯦꯌꯔ ꯀꯣ ꯋꯤ ꯀꯦꯟ ꯂꯦꯕꯔꯦꯖ ꯋꯤꯠ ꯇꯨꯔꯤꯖꯝ ꯑꯩꯁꯦ ꯋꯔꯛ ꯇꯧꯔꯤꯁꯦ ꯑꯩ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯒꯤ ꯖꯦꯅꯤꯝꯁꯀꯤ ꯑꯃ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯁꯨ ꯑꯩꯒꯤ ꯁ꯭ꯇꯨꯗꯦꯟꯁꯨ ꯂꯩꯀꯣ ꯑꯗꯒꯤ ꯑꯩ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯀꯜꯀꯇꯥꯗꯁꯨ ꯁꯔꯚꯥꯏꯀꯦꯜ ꯀꯦꯟꯁꯔ ꯋꯔꯛ ꯇꯧꯔꯤꯕꯅꯤ ꯁꯤꯁꯦ ꯌꯨꯖꯤꯡ AI ꯑꯗꯒꯤ ꯑꯩꯒꯤ ꯉꯁꯥꯏꯒꯤ ꯑꯦꯒ꯭ꯔꯤꯀꯜꯆꯔꯒꯤ ꯋꯔꯛ ꯇꯧꯔꯦ ꯑꯗꯒꯤ ꯑꯃꯨꯛ ꯁꯤꯂꯣꯡꯗ ꯑꯩꯒꯤ ꯁ꯭ꯀꯣꯂꯔ ꯑꯃ ꯂꯩ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯒꯠꯁ ꯁꯤ ꯒꯠꯁꯁꯦ ꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯤꯕꯥꯏꯑꯣꯇꯤꯛꯁ ꯑꯦꯟ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯣꯕꯥꯏꯑꯣꯇꯤꯛꯁ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯁꯦ ꯋꯔꯛ ꯇꯧꯔꯤꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ AI ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯄꯣꯠꯁꯦ ꯑꯇꯣꯞꯄ ꯏꯟꯗꯁꯇ꯭ꯔꯤꯒ ꯆꯠꯃꯤꯟꯅꯔꯀꯥꯟꯗ AIꯒꯤ ꯃꯥꯒꯤ ꯃꯒꯨꯟꯁꯦ ꯈꯪꯉꯛꯀꯗꯣꯏꯅꯦꯕ ꯑꯗꯣ ꯑꯩ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯇꯧꯖꯔꯔꯣꯏꯀꯣ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ ꯍꯧꯖꯤक ꯂꯩꯖꯔꯤꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ CRM ꯀꯣ ꯀꯁꯇꯃꯔ ꯔꯤꯂꯦꯁꯟ ꯃꯦꯅꯦꯖꯃꯦꯟ ꯒꯥꯏꯁꯦ HR ꯀꯣ ꯃꯥꯔꯀꯦꯇꯤꯡ ꯁꯣꯐ꯭ꯇꯋꯦꯌꯔ ꯉꯁꯥꯏ ꯂꯩ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯁꯦ ꯃꯥꯔꯀꯦꯠꯇ ꯂꯣꯏ ꯐꯪꯉꯕ ꯉꯥꯛꯇꯅꯤ CRM ꯒꯥꯏꯁꯦ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯀꯁꯇꯃꯔ ꯔꯤꯂꯦꯁꯟ ꯃꯦꯅꯦꯖꯃꯦꯟ ꯒꯥꯏꯁꯦ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔꯗ ꯀꯥꯟꯗ ꯃꯦꯟꯇꯦꯟ ꯇꯧꯔꯝꯃꯣꯏ ꯈꯜꯂꯤ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯄꯣꯠꯁꯤ ꯌꯣꯟꯈ꯭ꯔꯕꯅꯤꯅ ꯀꯁꯇꯃꯔꯗꯣ ꯂꯩꯈ꯭ꯔꯕ ꯑꯩ ꯍꯔꯥꯎꯔꯦ ꯕꯠ ꯋꯥꯠ ꯑꯕꯥꯎꯠ ꯉꯁꯥꯏꯒꯤ ꯅꯪꯒꯤ AIꯒꯤ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ CRMꯗꯨꯅ ꯀꯩꯗꯧꯒꯦꯗ ꯃꯉꯣꯟꯗ ꯐꯤꯗꯕꯦꯛ ꯂꯧꯕꯤꯕ ꯑꯗꯩ ꯅꯪ ꯄꯣꯠꯁꯦ ꯐꯕ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯤ ꯀꯩꯗꯧꯔꯅꯤ ꯂꯣꯡ ꯇꯔꯝ ꯔꯤꯂꯦꯁꯟ ꯑꯃ ꯕꯤꯜꯗ ꯑꯞ ꯇꯧꯔꯕꯅꯤꯅ ꯃꯥꯁꯦ ꯅꯪ ꯌꯨꯝꯗ ꯂꯣꯌꯦꯜ ꯑꯣꯏꯕ ꯀꯁꯇꯃꯔ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯛꯀꯗꯣꯏꯅꯦꯕ ꯅꯪ ꯑꯦꯅꯤ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯗꯛ ꯃꯉꯣꯟꯗ ꯂꯩꯔꯛꯀꯗꯣꯏꯅꯦꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯁꯨ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯁꯦ ꯕꯤꯜꯗ ꯑꯞ ꯇꯧꯗꯦꯕ ꯑꯩꯗꯤ ꯋꯥꯟꯁ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯗꯛꯇ ꯁꯣꯜቭ ꯇꯧꯔꯗꯤ ꯃꯥꯁꯨ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯀꯥꯎꯊꯣꯛꯈꯤꯗꯣꯏꯅꯦꯕ ꯕꯠ ꯏꯐ ꯌꯨ ꯌꯨꯖ ꯗꯤꯁ ꯇꯦꯛꯅꯣꯂꯣꯖꯤ CRM ꯒꯥꯏꯁꯦ ꯅꯪꯉꯣꯟꯗ ꯃꯥꯒ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯔꯤꯂꯦꯁꯟ ꯑꯃ ꯕꯤꯜꯗ ꯑꯞ ꯇꯧꯔꯛꯄ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ ꯅꯪꯒꯤ ꯑꯦꯅꯤ ꯂꯥꯛꯄ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ ꯃꯥꯅ ꯁꯄꯣꯔꯠ ꯇꯧꯔꯛꯀꯅꯤ ꯌꯥꯏꯀꯣ then hꯧꯖꯤꯛ ꯂꯩ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯂꯩꯔꯦ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ open AI ꯀꯣ ꯁꯤꯅ large learning models ꯀꯧꯏꯀꯣ LLM ꯍꯥꯏꯅ ꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯇꯧꯔꯤꯕ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯁꯤꯡꯁꯦ ꯑꯗꯒꯤ even software ꯁꯥꯕꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ IBM ꯅ ꯄꯨꯊꯣꯛꯏ low code no code ꯀꯥꯏꯅ ꯋꯔꯛ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯌꯥꯏ anyway I'll skip this ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯇꯥꯛꯅꯤꯡꯉꯤꯁꯤ AI ꯁꯤ ꯀꯩꯗꯧꯒꯦꯗ clearly define a business problem find an existing AI tool that solves it and integrate it into your workflow ꯁꯤꯅꯤꯀꯣ ꯑꯗꯨꯗ ꯅꯪ ꯁ꯭ꯇꯥꯔꯠꯑꯞꯀꯤ ꯄꯤꯆ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯗꯁꯨ ꯃꯤꯅꯅꯦ ꯄꯦꯅꯦꯂꯤꯁ ꯑꯃ ꯃꯤꯁꯦ ꯃꯣꯏꯁꯨ ꯏꯝꯄ꯭ꯔꯦꯁ ꯇꯧꯔꯅꯤ ꯁꯦꯝ ꯇ꯭ꯔꯦꯗꯤꯁꯅꯦꯜ ꯇꯦꯛꯅꯣꯂꯣꯖꯤ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯗꯨꯅ ꯁꯨꯝ ꯕꯤꯖꯤꯅꯦꯁ ꯇꯧꯔꯤꯅꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯗꯤ ꯅꯣ ꯏꯅꯣꯚꯦꯁꯟ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯛꯀꯅꯦꯕ ꯕꯠ ꯏꯐ ꯌꯨ ꯑꯥꯔ ꯌꯨꯖꯤꯡ ꯗꯤꯁ ꯇꯦꯛꯅꯣꯂꯣꯖꯤꯁ ꯁꯝꯊꯤꯡ ꯑꯅꯧꯕ ꯀ꯭ꯔꯤꯌꯦꯇꯤꯚꯤꯇꯤ ꯀꯣ ꯑꯗꯩ ꯅꯪꯒꯤ 3 years 4 years ꯕꯤꯖꯤꯅꯦꯁ ꯇꯧꯕꯗ ꯁ꯭ꯇ꯭ꯔꯦꯇꯦꯖꯤ ꯑꯃ ꯌꯥꯎꯕ ꯅꯠꯇ꯭ꯔꯣ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯍꯌꯦꯡ ꯏꯁꯣꯔꯗ ꯊꯥꯖꯔꯒ ꯑꯩ ꯕꯤꯖꯤꯅꯦꯁ ꯆꯥꯎꯈꯠꯀꯅꯤ ꯗꯦꯠ ꯏज ꯔꯣꯡ ꯕꯤꯖꯤꯅꯦꯁ ꯌꯨ ꯍꯦꯞ ꯇꯨ ꯄ꯭ꯂꯥꯟ ꯅꯣ ꯑꯗ ꯉꯁꯥꯏꯒꯤ ꯁ꯭ꯇ꯭ꯔꯦꯇꯦꯖꯤ ꯌꯥꯠꯄ ꯍꯩꯇꯕ ꯃꯤꯗꯨꯗꯤ ꯕꯤꯖꯤꯅꯦꯁ ꯃꯦꯟ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯣꯏꯗꯣꯏꯅꯦꯕ ꯏꯁꯣꯔꯗ ꯊꯥꯖꯔꯒ ꯊꯣꯛꯄ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯨꯗꯤ ꯗꯦꯠ ꯏज ꯅꯣꯠ ꯕꯤꯖꯤꯅꯦꯁ ꯌꯥꯏꯀꯣ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯁꯤꯒꯤ AI ꯇꯨꯜꯁꯤꯡꯁꯤꯅꯅꯦ ꯅꯪꯒꯤ ꯉꯁꯥꯏꯒꯤ ꯉꯁꯥꯏꯒꯤ ꯀꯣꯟꯇꯦꯛꯁ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯁꯦ ChatGPT ꯅꯠꯇ꯭ꯔꯒ Gemini ꯅꯠꯇ꯭ꯔꯒ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯤꯕ ꯀ꯭ꯂꯥꯎꯗꯤꯒ ꯂꯩꯕ ꯇꯦꯛꯅꯣꯂꯣꯖꯤꯁꯤꯡꯁꯦ ꯁꯤꯁꯨ ꯏꯕ ꯍꯩꯕ ꯑꯃ ꯗꯔꯀꯥꯔ ꯑꯣꯏꯕ ꯑꯥꯔꯠ ꯑꯃꯅꯦꯕ ꯏꯁꯝ ꯁꯝꯅ ꯏꯪꯂꯤꯁꯇ ꯏꯕ ꯃꯥꯒꯁꯨ ꯄꯨꯊꯣꯔꯛꯑꯣꯏꯕ mai kainosingjo adon contextual ibasisu it's an art adu tambam na ka hoyeba sai ko NLP da kai ke poji chaji pi idana moi kran khangam da be answer thore do la ni ga phajade ga haram ne but your writing input to the AI also you have to learn yeah ko adi sai je ko writing a marketing email ko good context I say sai AI masamak se ai ni ko ai ki problem si lere chat GPT da harisi ko aduga si ai problem se solve to bi ha matlab mana ibi na kan adu magi I bagi koi ki contextual style of writing se si so tam mo ta ka hoy si thop ne lai me ko si ko ki learn Jabra ga 360 ai na su par ma do yam thop ne yam lai ba any non computer engineer ma non technical person na pa ba ba mo si pa bi yo anu thado ko no I say business of you have to explore this 21st century tools explore the view then is it quick video editing tau ba ko is it AI lo nya re khar le da ki cinema bo da keno taw ra ni thoi ba ko ki actor actress sin se AI ni sila kanen khali aduga garang han da ko ki research paper mi do sune mi sin se ko ki bill lo ni ye ha they don't want to sit for 3 hours cinema hall la sala ko 2 hours 3 hours se coming up le lai ba ngang youtube generation sin se sai ki bill sin se na nuai ba ka ne ko mi ki psychology da ya ko ala ko yi sig lai ba to no ba technology lai ha ka ne so sin ki ke software na ta ni ko they recommend the system is I think recommend over and the CK concept में हम सीखेंगे कि large learning model है वैसे second level data set में हम से huge amount of data set में हम से transformer के नहीं कोई ना read तो होगा मौका अगर आई ना फार्मी बा video को आई ना फार्मी बा text है माने तो पुथोर पता नहीं तो LLM में से some हाई बता आई ना तो report से माने pattern में पुथोर पिरो पाता pattern recognition क्या नो लेवल device लेवल क्या नो से CK LLM है pattern माथा पत्ते तो वो ना थे आई ना वो evaluate नहीं आउट किया थे I know evaluate tau de ma tau se tumor lan right le large learning model na tau de se some sai aina mo input pi de na ma na tv ga de ne some pattern ma se study tau ma na pu thora ga analysis tau ma ngol pu thora pa ne this is what we call LLM aduga for example when you see the chat GPT Gemini go LLM example di adagi ai ani ni ko Zinoina AI tam hai ta di LLM season na hai ba for example ChatGPT Gemini probably ma'am lai na se aduga AI agent hai ba ma AI agentic hai ba ma si ani se ko adana si ki posting se ka do ga da sa ki LLM na no akoi ki no mang ni phal je na ma na predict tor ka de ne LLM na the AI agent si se ka do ni ma na ne thabak oina task to bi ko yani bra without the human can also yaw da na ma na sa ki say I Guwahati ko chakne ma Guwahati ticket kapi ba hotel book taw bi ba AI agency sin si management phang na bani ko kano Amazon gi lai Google gi lai and moi gi task sin se ai na mana noi taw bi ba ta this is what we AI agents so for example ko customer chatbot no gi like a website to the AI agent how ta gi ai kun mari do nang pi ba service to AI agent no demand no response to biro ka no download the phone download WhatsApp download this or put it yeah ko everything me download ma response to the virtual assistant like Siri the Alexa koi pure ko adagi automated trading board in stock markets self driving cars in tolai self driving cars in AI agent no work to it ada agentic AI have a set see them am this problem create of this kay no RBI na India government na RBI na koi ki banking se it will be the last industry hai kay no India ma sang su ko gyan ta de policies sumba agentic AI and technologies thori ko se city ma se planning to ngam ni dong sai AI agent na cham cham ma task ma to so bani la but agentic AI is ni gi mahun yaw ke he started planning tha hum da si sa tra sin jo phong ga dong ni si sport yon ga dong ni si ta dong ni ma ni dong tong ngam agentic AI agent si ga chene ba aduna kai dong ni bank ta mi gi lai ba database ma am do koi na AI applications ha ru ta bi adu gi ma am do zik RDN na thing aduna fintech ka sari ma am se I don't think India, US and Europe, they may have certain policies, but India, India government policy makers means na sige technology me answer clear hoite. Aduna agentic AI is hariba marakta laiba dark people haitare ko phattaba hackers me amna injection tor ya. So many challenges are there. When a good way to do one. Say data sing say sagi model kai the run tawrino ko the commander run tawrino guys say khang de yani ko adu me don't mati work tawro adu ne even mana me ki tolo pa do kai kai transaction taw ya ra kan agentic AI is planning taw ngam ane one started planning sagi me le ba karorpati le ba anand so many people are there no SBI the happy RBI ma'am do simple agentic AI technology sinarutati there are also challenges other is I am research work by 2026, 27, 30% of the industry in the market. I am 2025 the AI is popular but it behaves like a human hacker. Me don't know Shiba emotions out there, but he can do planning as a AI of this. What plan to go like the planning to go there are doing that. It has large memory, reflection, learn from past actions to improve future decision collaboration with other AI agents or humans in coordinate way. As I think I seen a 3-day trip to Manipur. See, I know that as I think I will do all that. Autonomous or the features ka ani di difference ni yang kana taw ay skip taw zarani adagi implement taw sima ay skip taw zarani ko siya mo pagi software programmers in the AI agents kamay company kamay equip taw ni mobile applications or web application da sige multi API ka work all do me am then agentic AI also is all demands kamay classify taw ni no kar machine learning ka no model run taw ni so anybody for students, scholars and engineers call to action se kai no don't just be a user, be an architecture students kai no da koi di Manipur di central government state government industry home ne kan push stories IT tourism and healthcare yani ra ada koi di ai hai je Bihar gumba ko to state to na yam natural resource level lam native it all depends on the human resource. Like Israel, like should we knowledge the earned over. And also knowledge man say, I say, mean as hard product ChatGPT, Gemini, I do the architecture of the problem. How you hey, all indigenous reports have a hair photo. Is it? You go Guwahati the Narendra Modi is semiconductor so that we don't buy from Israel, we don't buy from China. Hardware things. Yanimra, the Tata company channel. 1,500 youths from Manipur, Piro Hyrabani director, Nenit, trained to High. Kari, you know, Habaton. He's the AI, initial stage, like in a Canada, the US, the labor, when giant companies, man, which is like a other layer of the data. But it is in the long run, you have to have your own hardware, you need to have your own software infrastructure. Yeah, go out, farming the server farming guys. Yani ko and chumne server na demo si amna electric website ko electric atuna moi se see the thade Google na di samudra ka thadra na hinda la thamba adu me am India to startup to ho ra aduna sagi sagi technology se kai it entirely depend on the GPU ma sinari ba Google sinari TPU ai se mai am cha ko ne moi na kano run to ka de technology ma se khoi su AI application am sama tam da khoi credit card se paisa chu chup cha mana kano build ka ta the website hosting server not it takes lots of money. Yeah, go. And India so is Shakti clouds kind of way. Moise tamna migrate to go hore. Other hijacking with the hijack AI applications, AI engineering, the direct Changi Vanata. Asagi Hana traditional AI data collection tower, data scrapping tower, data evaluation tower, model builder tower, CG pipelines high government so that we can also build. So mastering the pipeline in your competitive advantage is called. Don't just be a user, be an architect. master translation technical alright aduna the high point hype versus reality for engineers mindset. Reality check, the 90% of your job is not training models, it is data engineering and data analysis. Become an expert at finding, cleaning and understanding data. Then some any PhD scholars, I am Manipur University, I am told every year we follow CG technology, AI, data analysis, ki partner 90%. Aduna koigi hana leiramiba MATLAB ko SPSS guys mo season na dasu yare open source like Python ki ko koigi data visualization the seaborn ko matplotlib guys internet one mo huge amount of data mo work to ngam adu free is to mo ya yani ba adu data visualization miyo bana data singse rows and columns of udar ko something meaningful over inside logo mo but if you see in terms of visualization graph ki dana pie chart ki adu no right wrong adu technology me am really it's all open source, free. I engineer mindset AI tam AI tarni. Statistics linear algebra hypothesis testing and stats that based on what subject name AI has. Pattern recognition study my data sets. I research work she is a mana disclose so we can know high I have not I pour up on a screenshot take a she thought is a cervical cancer and the piece in the mama samasi doctor ni ma Bishan Huda doctor or ma live the Loroga must PG Tauri got huge amount of machine learning deep learning machine learning season I have a salt away the mark paper to phone the man so the point of radiation any cancer patient the dose can peaky dose so command control analysis plus district West Bengal district patient records local symptoms detect me up must have a super answer. Cancer prediction to work the week. So this is the case study I done using AI. Same thing aside data say I more easy to work to man. These are some models. Another idea the month the Amana science Sagi Hogi Mio and Hassan Page High Cardina, Hogi Slagida, and a quick gut set, so Hogi said, see Pun the number. To the work out is AI, Hogi study of high Hogi large intestine, small intestine, the labor, Hogi prebiotic or postbiotic man skin, and when I worked out was Nagaland, the labor, I am a pregnant woman, the work out the money put a pregnant woman, Mapantara, give away a pizza, your breakfast, pizza, nutrition, food man, and the way analysis story is worked out. That's a super is it worked out. I don't that asking to show the way out of when you should when you research paper to home revenue never go. I know anybody is not even say data economy. Yeah, go. Other data economy have a say, especially Jakarta comes in the week. Aware oil, which you data privacy reports is like the we have to be very conscious. And I hard to Bangalore server and the so how far we are secured. Technical, I biometrics, Miki Laurini, Kut Laurini, Laurini. The cloud have a technology that we centralized server and the come there. Mirroring the rule come I photo the phone and money, and the image from there and takes from there and the cloud interface among single window photo than my man or the cloud technology never bars. The infrastructure as a service, many technology. And cloud still but then AI is popular reason. For single standalone server na table. I don't know. Single man, you can aware of what's the crowd way. I did record. That geopolitical, geopolitics, especially Southeast Asia, so many conflicts, so many see, I am a study maybe down the line, Kalada project, Calcutta, dump Manipur, warehouse or transfer. Now, meetings in ꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯍꯥꯔꯠ ꯁ꯭ꯀꯤꯜꯁꯤꯡꯁꯦ ꯅꯣꯂꯦꯖ ꯂꯩꯔꯛꯇ꯭ꯔꯕ ꯑꯣꯔ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯏꯟꯗꯁꯇ꯭ꯔꯤꯁꯤ ꯂꯩꯔꯛꯇ꯭ꯔ ꯇꯥꯔꯗꯤ we are going to go into the labor skills. Lakadami means 500 crores, 600 crores, pesa puro lakdani. Big industry ni lakdani. Adani guma. Yaning bra. But akoi di kada ni pesa to pa mani na. You know, entirely akoi di kana si landscape se change tawi dene. So we will become more, you know, like a dumb place for kadani. Yaning bra. Ade akoi pataba red light areas lakba yai, drugs and hands lakba yai. You know, adar akoi di local entrepreneurs is akoi na encourage tawi kadani. So that you start building. And I know how in the 21st century the knowledge era ne zenith knowledge era ko not information age and nangi knowledge na ne nangi knowledge person season na you know using all this technology na pa bata khang bata re ko adu tari nang ano startup ma taw ya do you get leverage yani bra da koi na hin gateway oi ni Southeast Asia sa koi yo bridge oi ni si taw ri na ko adu ma ki ma yan sa ina su study taw da China da ni AI की data servers सिंह से मोई दी आई सिंह यार ये मोई US की technology से मोई ना forbidden तो होले अदो यहाँ थे यार कौन है इंडिया तो सुई TikTok को दी थिंग करे यार तो counter डाउनिंग है इंडिया ना but आई सिंह का साइकिल नोइना social media season ना सिंह से except LinkedIn दी business work का तो social media ने अतः दी तनु आता ने marketing की कौन आता ने and please don't upload your private साइकिल चलू रिबा में हम तो होने because you are making someone rich. Karena nu bisa paham bisa pahal ni neba, nu dah tahu yang tu lah. Yang ni berapa Google वगैरह, Facebook वगैरह, mu bisa pahal kan ni. Aduna kari teknologi hingga isar tu aku kan tu. Yang ni berapa? Is it drone nama saharo? Drone tu mana image processing or drone mana thiro, drone tu mana hardware thiro. Na bantu lain thiro kata ni. Because it's going to pick up all your profile, your details from the Facebook tadi. Aduna teknologi sahaja yang ada pada situ. Autonomous, I say tu, isn't AI hai pasal ni yang tu. Because the machine is going to take decision. How about the means hagiba algorithm model member? But if you matanda autonomous or man na dum tawo ho re. Gen AI na tawo isn't AI can always like AGI like. Adu machine technology me upgrade tor pani na. We should be also very you know careful while sharing our data. Adu hoi sama su sigi skills is upgrade tor dakar hoy. We have to upgrade. Yeah, ni ko. Ay saya betul betul. Data sovereignty, same thing ko. China the Great Wall also great accelerated process creation of indigenous by to Alibaba Tencent. See that koi US server le nati Alibaba ka si Google ke lo ni run to nati. They have their own data farm. Ada ay sa aja gitu. Sa ina data annotation industry how well ay siya. Ay tum haido ba ni ko. This I to be very true. Aduna sagi ay haje do. Ako na any AI gi keno mas hage na product mas hage thor tan na. Mi gi data set to. A kegel na kegel sala ga download to adu nu ja ro. Nang isik committee ron gi folk ki keno mas hage ha you need to have your local data. Ya ko. Ada data Singapore ya na. Adu ngamu AI engineers na data set learning to mo hai ro. You need to concern the expert. Sai folk ta jagoi da hai ni mi sing do. Si photo se kai hai no. Si na mitei ki jagoi ni or si na si ni. Ya ko de doctor ki hai si doctor ki radiologist yo moi to ko bom da ka hoi. Adu ko data annotation ko. Si ki part se koi si choba loophole la ne. Si yau da ta di Manipur ki AI kare chakot pa se khar wa gi ne. Adu na ta de koi data se internet da free pang me data centers adu no work down lai. Ya ko adu data annotation ki industry ne ya bane si focus ta dai se. And it is very crucial hai kare. No isha maksud ni. No ina saki se koi ki any keno law ne Manipur ki koi ki lokta ki podam product mai ta lotus na keno mi yo lo ko. Nangi customer do. Nang hane ne ka ko ki be. But if you are using AI mana khare nai be mo na discount bi bi ya. Sa AI keno si na tari. Nangi local data to koi re de. Machine learning ta wo dum yar ka de ne. Adu de hen nangi sales lai ra ka de ni ko. I just think India की action plan one को hardware से अपने से यम sophisticated और यम sensitive और फोन आता नहीं AI है से Google चल रहा है Google ने कोई free brand तो नहीं करेगा अदर data center policies and data centric zones को सी में हम कितना clarity लेके layer 3 the platforms India stack Aadhaar this is the largest public. अदुगा अखोई 2030 दा 1 trillion को they are projecting India की कनो stats आता नहीं बस तो इसे कनो दा अदुगा 2047 से India 100 years to वदे नहीं अचाउवा कनो मागी developed country में ओइबा मोइ जसु plan तौरी को अदुगा especially IT सिना या मा revenue for अपनी it's the machine there again other point in number can say the local problems is kind of solved by using this technologies yeah the work of because you got the password the sign up of college the work of me that yeah but the task the NLP is one area I am understanding that I am a context that ChatGPT the emails NLP आता नहीं को so आप ना बात सोच पाके कोई मिटे ये WhatsApp पे जो record on the way but so many other techniques I इसलिए अपन चंदन दे but NLP is one area in NLP is in जिन्हें से आप तक to explore तो हुए पास में scope में हम देखो अदो कहने तो हुए any other questions or any last question